My dad and my Uncle Don actually began the business. They had met with some Pride representatives in Atlanta at a med trade show.
We got involved in this business because family members had medical problems. My mother-in-law had strokes, my father-in-law had open heart surgery, and my wife had back surgery. And we tried to find equipment, mobility equipment in our area, and we couldn't find it.
I never thought that I would be in this line of work, but once you get in it and you really see what you do to change lives and really impact what's happened to someone, it's pretty amazing, and you just never want to leave.
We provide medical equipment, but what we provide more than that is we provide hope and we provide quality of life. They can use it in the home, they can use it outside the home with their kids and their grandkids, and it's very important that we provide this, and besides, people want to stay home. They want to stay home as long as they can.
When you have someone who's stranded and they're stuck in their home and they can't even get around in the confines of their own home, that's a tragedy.
I have spinal muscle atrophy. They call it SMA. What it does, the nerve dies and the muscle dies, and you lose the ability to walk, to talk, to grasp, to swallow, to control the muscles of your body. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't even go to mailbox. I couldn't go shop for groceries. Couldn't even go buy my own clothes.
Good morning, Fuller Rehab, Independent Living Aids. This is Karen.
When a patient calls into the patient care center, their first person that they speak with is going to identify what their needs are. Is it a new piece of equipment that they're needing, or is it service on an existing piece of equipment? From that point, if they're interested in getting a piece of equipment for the first time, they will be directed to one of our mobility specialists in the field who will walk them through the process of visiting their doctor and getting the necessary required information in order to get a product through their insurance. They're looking for a way to be with their grandchildren. They're looking for a way to get to church. They're looking for a way to get to the kitchen to prepare their meals. And that's not a small task.
So I called Nancy and met her, and we start the paperwork.
Miss Walker, can you give me your full name as it appears on your insurance card?
Rachel, R-A-C-H-E-L.
When we go out, we do an assessment and helping figure out what equipment is needed, see if there's things in the equipment that we need to add, or special things that we need to add to it, make suggestions of things that we see that might make their things around their house even easier for them to get around too.
We're going to come see you. We're going to take the necessary measurements.
Okay.
We'll do the right paperwork, and then we're going to get you the right product.
A lot of people do not understand that they can get this equipment, and it's our job to get out and educate people that they can get this equipment through their insurance provider.
A lot of individuals have very unique needs. If you go into it and you don't know exactly what those needs are for that individual, and you just blanket say, okay, we're going to put this person in this wheelchair regardless of their condition, I think that you don't meet those people at where they need to be met and their needs, because everybody has a unique need.
I couldn't use a manual chair because of my shoulders. See, I wore my shoulders out walking on crutches, and I have tears around each rotary cuff and each shoulder.
These people that we deal with on a daily basis they have the most tremendous need. You know, they are in the worst shape. They have diagnoses such as ALS, MS, Parkinson's, muscular dystrophy. We have paraplegics, quadriplegics, brain trauma, and these people, you know, there's no doubt when a person can move only their chin or their tongue or their head, that sort of situation, you know, there's no doubt that they need this equipment so badly.
What makes Fuller unique is our hands-on approach, being able to have a personal relationship with our customers, being able to go in their homes and really be the eyes and the ears of the physician, and then going and speaking to physicians and being able to communicate with them just an assessment of what it is, what our findings were in the home.
When we receive a quote from the manufacturer, we have to go over that quote and we have to code every line item on that quote. Every particular part that goes into that chair has to be coded. We have to make sure that whatever insurance it is, be it Medicare or private insurance, is going to pay for that part, and that we code it out correctly. We know what they're going to pay on it, and it gets billed properly.
If we don't do what we do, the patient could then be in turn responsible for that, the payment, or they wouldn't get this equipment that they need for their mobility to do the cooking and the cleaning that they need so desperately.
Fuller Rehab cares about their patients, whether it be consumer, whether it be rehab, whether it be just a rolling walker. We care about the patient's health. We care about the situations they're in. We care. We're supportive in helping them get their life back.
Where we take that person and whatever that illness is or limitation, we fit our equipment to that individual need. And I'm talking about from the base all the way up. That person lives in that. A lot of times they get their oxygen on that. They live, and that is part of their life. It's attached to them, and it's got to be right.
And then we show up with a wheelchair, and it's one of those special moments where, you show up and they realize, look, I'm not going to have to struggle getting around my home anymore. And they just start crying. I mean, sometimes it's a hard situation to be in, but it's exciting at the same time.
And banging the guy that set my chair up, and he's constant. He took a couple hours to show me what he would do, what my chair would do, how it would do. They told me, the features and stuff that it would do, but I didn't know how much better, how much of the features would help me to do the things I do.
I mean, you're putting a smile on somebody's face, pretty much it. You're putting a smile on somebody's face and making them have a better quality of life and feel more independent.
If I'm having trouble, a lot of pain, and I don't, sometimes you have good days and you have bad days, and you don't have to go way down in bed. You just tilt back, lift your legs up. When you take the pressure off your legs, it takes the pain away.
I can lay back. Yesterday I watched a football game. I just laid back, It's real handy for me.
I don't want nobody doing anything for me as long as I do it myself. See, when I get off my bed of a morning, I slide off the end of my bed into this chair. Well, I'm in this chair till I get ready to go back to bed of a night. I vacuum, I dust, I cook, I carry out my garbage. I do everything sitting in this chair.
Fuller is a wonderful company. What they say they'll do, they will do and back it up.
We really take a personal interest in making sure, even after delivery, that they are happy, that there's any adjustments that need to be made to them. We want them to know that we do care about them and that they get the best customer service that is available by visiting with them, maybe going in once every 1 or 2 months and just having a cup of coffee and saying, how are you doing, and how's your chair working, and is there anything that we can do for you?
They try to work things out for your benefit, not their benefit. They work for you. This other company that I had my own mechanical chair they didn't care whether my needs were met, and Fuller means they go out of their way to help me to meet my needs.
With the other chair, they went as far as their ability will allow, I guess, to allow them to go, and with Fuller, they came out and you went as far as I need to go.
I wouldn't trade this chair for nothing in the world. They're just a wonderful thing to have.
At Fuller Rehab, here's what makes us different from everybody else. We have a storefront. We have a place where they can call. We have a service technician at every location. We want to make sure that that customer is taken care of. We want to have a personal relationship to let them know we really do care and we really do understand their circumstances.
Our biggest challenge in this business today is working with Medicare and working with the insurance companies and helping them understand our business and for us to understand a little bit more of their business.
There tends to be, an attitude within the halls of Congress and the Medicare bureaucracy that all DME providers are bad guys. They're out trying to defraud the government or do all these atrocious things, and there are some of those, and we're for cleaning those folks up, get them out.
If they would just trust in the doctors and what the doctors are saying that the patients need.
The total expenditure for treating falls of the elderly is about $19 billion a year. So we see ourselves as saving those expenses of ambulance trips, emergency room visits, hospital stays, nursing home admissions, all of those things. We see ourselves as a remedy to that.
What we do saves money and it helps patients. When we take care of a patient in the home, it's paid for on Part B under Medicare instead of Part A. What I'm saying is that person's in their home and not in the hospital, which is more expensive.
One of the most important things we could do with Medicare and Medicaid is establish provider groups that can meet with legislators and CMS and talk about common sense things that we can all come together and do. Mandatory accreditation. Now, not later. What are we waiting on? And fraud prevention groups that can help police the industry within itself to help the government achieve their goals, I think would be very important.
And I'm an optimist that the future's in our hands. We have built a team second to none in our industry. We're in the top 10. We communicate with the manufacturing leaders, with the government leaders, and we take care of people and we mean it. The Lord's going to take care of us. We're going to continue to grow, and it's going to be okay.
Fuller has taken better care and provide better service for me than any other. They're a great company.